After 5 days, my blood glucose reading was at 80 and my ketones were at 1.2. I'm clearly already in fat burning. Anything above zero point 0.5 is like nutritional ketosis. The fact that my ketones were that high and my blood glucose was pretty low, it's a good indicator that I was burning fat. Here are the three things that I did consistently to get to fat burning. And maybe these are things that you can consider as well. The first one is that I manage my carbs. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, she's a low carb eater. What this really means is I have been paying attention to the carbs that I eat because I know what carbs makes me feel good and which ones don't. When I eat protein and fat first, carbohydrates at the end of the meal. And that seems to really help ensure that my blood glucose levels don't spike. And then the other thing is I just manage which carbs I eat because some carbohydrate I get addicted to. I can't stop eating them. I want to eat. And those are the things that I really want to avoid because I don't feel good. It is in some ways feels like carb addiction. So knowing what foods make you feel that way and limiting or avoiding those things are some of the ways that I manage my carbohydrate intake. The other thing that I do for managing carbs is I always look at the labels of any packaged foods that I purchase. And the reason for this is because there are so many hidden sugars in our food. Do not be tempted by fat-free or keto, right? Because there are items in those foods sometimes that are potentially have higher carbs or could affect you like sugar does, even though it's not really considered a sugar. The second thing that I do is I log my food, and I am not one to write stuff down. You could type it on your phone, like on MyFitnessPal. A lot of people do that. I used to do that as well. So what I do is I always take a picture of my food. This serves two purposes. The first one is so that I can remember what I ate. So if I'm not feeling good the next day, I have something to refer back to remind myself of what I ate. Because do you remember what you ate yesterday or 2 days ago? And remember, food affects us for days after. It's not just like that moment or like the next morning. And then the second reason that I do this is because there's something about putting the food down in front of you and then taking a moment, which could be seconds, to pick up your phone and then take a photo of your food. Just a moment of mindfulness. It kind of breaks the cycle of like just wanting to eat without thinking. The third thing that I do is I ensure that there's movement throughout my day. I sit in front of a computer, in front of a camera all day long. So I just make sure that I'm going for a walk daily, just getting out and getting some sunlight, some vitamin D, getting some fresh air. It's always good to clear the head. And then the other thing is like trying to fit in exercise throughout the day. And when I say exercise, I'm not saying, oh, I have to have 10 minutes to go do this. I actually have weights back there that I can use to, while I'm in a meeting, just start doing some arm curls or shoulder presses. Doesn't take a lot of effort, doesn't take a lot of time. And if I'm not on camera in a meeting, then why not? Nobody knows that I'm doing it. So there's different little habits you can build in order to do that. So if you are looking for somewhere to start, a great place to start is lowering the amount of sugar that you take in into your diet. And I have a 5-day guide called the Sweet Escape. So I'm going to leave a link below and you can use that guide to start building your own habits, less sugar. You know, if you do remember what you ate yesterday or the day before, make sure to leave a comment below. But this is how I did it in 5 days. But keep in mind, these habits may take time to build.